When sizing junction boxes and pull boxes, understanding National Electrical Code Section 314.28 is essential for compliance and safety. This section dictates the minimum size requirements for these boxes, and it's crucial to follow these guidelines, irrespective of the conductor size being smaller than number 4. The code mandates that junction boxes, pull boxes, and fittings must be of sufficient size, ensuring the box volume is not less than the sum of the cross-sectional areas of the entering conduits or raceways multiplied by either 6 or 8. The multiplier depends on the pull configuration. A straight pull requires a multiplier of 6, while an angle pull or a U-pull necessitates a multiplier of 8. This requirement applies regardless of the conductor size. Even if all conductors are smaller than number 4, this rule remains in effect. There exists an exception where boxes or fittings are specifically listed for fewer conductors, allowing for a deviation from this general rule. However, unless the box is specifically listed for a smaller size, the 6 or 8 times the largest raceway rule applies. Let's consider an example to illustrate this concept. Suppose an 8-inch by 8-inch box has 1 and 1/4-inch conduits entering from the left and right sides. Even if all the conductors within these conduits are smaller than number 4, the 8-inch by 8-inch box may not be permissible. The minimum box size is determined by multiplying the cross-sectional area of the largest conduit by 6 for a straight pull. The cross-sectional area of a 1 and 1/4-inch conduit is approximately 2.6 square inches. Multiplying this by 6 results in 12.36 cubic inches. This means the minimum box size required would need to have a volume greater than 12.36 cubic inches. In this example, the 8-inch by 8-inch box doesn't meet the code, and a larger box is necessary. To determine the required dimensions, we need to consider the inner dimensions of the box and ensure that it provides sufficient space for the conductors and their bending radius. In scenarios involving angle pulls or U-pulls, the multiplier increases to 8. This adjustment accommodates the increased space needed for conductors to make bends within the box. Understanding the distinction between straight pulls and angle pulls is vital for accurate box sizing. A straight pull occurs when the conduits enter and exit the box on opposite walls, forming a straight line. Conversely, an angle pull involves conduits entering and exiting on different walls, creating an angle in the conductor path. The 8 times multiplier is intended to account for the additional space required to facilitate these angled bends without stressing the conductors. Failing to properly size junction boxes and pull boxes can lead to several issues. Firstly, inadequate space for conductors. Undersized boxes may not provide enough room for conductors to be properly installed and terminated, potentially leading to overcrowding and insulation damage. Secondly, difficulty in making connections. Limited space can make it challenging to make secure and reliable connections, increasing the risk of loose connections and arcing. Thirdly, code violations. Improper box sizing violates the NEC, potentially resulting in fines and delays during inspections. Fourthly, overheating. Overcrowded boxes can lead to inadequate heat dissipation, potentially causing conductors to overheat and increasing the risk of fire. In summary, when sizing junction boxes and pull boxes according to NEC section 314.28a, remember that the 6 or 8 times multiplier rule applies regardless of conductor size, unless the box is specifically listed for fewer conductors. Accurately assess the pull configuration, whether it's a straight pull or an angle pull, and select the appropriate multiplier. Always ensure that the chosen box size meets the minimum volume requirements dictated by the code, taking into account the cross-sectional area of the largest conduit or raceway entering the box. This approach ensures a safe, compliant, and reliable electrical installation.